Commissioner, Horizon 2020, is it well tied with the goals of this conference? With the promotion and the development of research infrastructures to meet global challenges?
Absolutely, because one of the things that we had to do in Europe was to prioritise, to look at, and this is what ESFRI has done very well, is look at all of the projects that are out there, all the research infrastructures that we are supporting, and decide which are the ones that we really need to concentrate on. So doing at a European level what we've been asking member states to do, which is to prioritise, to look to where the strengths are, look where our strategic interest is, and then invest in that. And exactly Horizon 2020 is supporting, it is the funding mechanism that supports what the ESFRI infrastructure is all about.
You said before in the conference that Horizon 2020 is the biggest program of all for EU, but 80 billion euros is enough for these huge goals for 7 years.
Well, you never have enough money, and but I think that it is an amazing achievement for us to be able to get 80 billion euros, so 30% increase on what was there for the previous framework programme 7, at a time when every other area of policy for the European Union was being reduced significantly. So to get all of the Prime Ministers, including Prime Minister Samaras, to support protection and increase of funding for research and innovation sent a very clear message. And that message was, if we want to get out of the current economic crisis, then the economic policy that can help us to do that is research and innovation.
Mm-hmm. You also said that the goal for EU is to increase the average of for all member states to 3% of their budgets. I'm talking about financing research and innovation. Is it realistic this for countries that are going through very big economic difficulties, and what will happen with the big inequalities that we have in the European Union?
So the overall target for the European Union as a whole is 3%. Within that target, each member state has a target which is realistic and ambitious for themselves to invest. And what is very important from our point of view is that the widening gap, innovation gap that we have in Europe, that is closed. And one of the proposals within, which was accepted by both the Council of Ministers and by the Parliament, it was proposed by us, was a widening package. That was for those countries that have really a very, very low percentage of investment in GDP for one reason or another.
Like Greece.
And like Greece. And to support those countries in making sure that they invest more. I also believe that, for example, if you look at wages of researchers within different countries in the member states, there are different elements of the way. Some people have very high wages, some people have very low wages. So we have a bonus system, which means that a researcher working full-time on a European project can apply for and receive a bonus based on what is in Horizon 2020. So these are the elements. We also have, as I said in my speech earlier, a large proportion of money put aside in the European Structural and Investment Funds, which are specifically for research and innovation. And for the first time ever, for the same project or proposal, you can have European structural funds and Horizon 2020 at the same time for the same projects. So these are all elements that I believe can help us to reduce this innovation gap.
Okay, sometimes, last question, in Union we have the impression that we are lagging comparing to the States and some Asian countries on research and innovation. Is it true? Or?
It is true. I mean, up to now, our biggest, or up to a couple of years ago, our biggest competitor was the country that we looked at mostly as being a big competitor was the United States, where they invest vast amounts of money in research and innovation. But now we have countries like South Korea, we have countries like Japan, like China, that are also really investing large amounts of money. So we need to invest if we're going to remain a major global competitor. And that's why we're asking member states to, even those member states that have huge economic difficulties, that within, when they're talking about their budgets, that they need to protect investments in research and innovation, and where they can to increase those investments. And we think that's really important, because what that will do is it will provide competitiveness and growth in the economy. But very importantly, for those countries that have high levels of unemployment, it provides sustainable jobs and very high quality jobs. And they're the kinds of jobs that all of our economies need at the moment.